Hi guys, and welcome to another hotmatrixx unofficial bot tutorial series, number 7, text, this thing. So, what I'm going to do is show you a quick use example, show you what they will basically do, really quick overview of this. I don't want to get into it too much, it can be quite involved. I'll let you play with it because most of it should make sense. But in using text, there is one thing that is really handy that is further down. It is the notify, which is down here in binary tools miscellaneous notify. This pops up a little notification down here, and it's highly configurable. Now if I just ran that right now, that would pop up with ABC, so whatever value I put in here it types out. Now the reason I've got this particular screen up, this is something that I was going to give to you guys anyway, which basically gives you you can configure the start and stop time of your bot, because we know that during certain periods of time throughout the day the bot doesn't want to trade anyway. So you'll get this code at some point. Check my GitHub, link should be below, but I want to focus on the text stuff. So that's notify, we'll get there in a minute, but text. So text is useful for bug finding and also for parsing. Text, P-A-R-S-E, parsing. And these are the main ones here. These are your main basic ones. This allows you to create a speech bubble. This allows you to create multiple lines of text. So if I wanted to notify and have my notify pop up and say I want that the current buy mode is false, if I just put buy mode in there like that, like this, like normal, then when I ran this, all I'd get is a pop-up saying false. It wouldn't be very descriptive. So what you do is you go to your text and you grab this thing and you put in buy mode, or whatever you want is set to, and it will pop all that up on one line. I suppose I should probably run that just so that you see what I'm on about, but maybe it's better if you guys run it yourselves and get a bit of familiarity with how this works. So notify, it might return null because buy mode hasn't actually been set here, especially if I disable this block. It might return a null value. Undefined, there you go. So that's really good because it shows you another use of this tool, and that is that this is a great bug finding and bug fixing tool. So if I go down here and set buy mode to true, I might just do this and hit that, put that in there. So now if I run it, it should tell me that buy mode is true. See, so I knew that my bot wouldn't have been working because instead of buy mode being set, it hadn't been set, it was returning undefined, so my bot kept failing. Using this, I would have been able to bug find and find out that buy mode wasn't set correctly, gone back and figured out what was wrong with my code. So that's a really simple use of text and notify. Some of the more advanced stuff in here is kind of interesting. You can get the length of a string, you can add to a string. The one I'm using here is this guy, gets substring from letter. Now that's kind of cool because if you have a look closely, what I've actually done is I get the current time. I'll re-enable this. I get the current time, and if you post this out as a notify, do it yourself. If you post this as a notify, you'll see it's a long string. Now if you count down that string, you'll find that the 12th or 13th numbers are the hour, from 00 through to 23 on a 24-hour clock. So in the next one, this line here, in the text read current time, which I've just set here, get the substring, so I get the first and second numbers. Okay, now what I do is I set the current hour to the first and second number. Now if my current hour is outside these values, this is where my inside these values, then this is where my set buy mode to true was earlier. I moved it out of here to show you the other example, and so that would set buy mode to true. I'd have a line down here that says if buy mode equals true, and then it would start my strategy. So this thing would basically act as a timer or clock that would enable me to only trade during certain hours. Cool. The other thing that I really do need to cover is the prompt for and the print. So print's kind of cool. Now print's really good for if you say you get to your take loss or your take profit or your stop loss or whatever, because it will stop the bot and print something on screen. If I press play, it will stop the bot. Should stop the bot. Oh, hang on. I need to disable this just quickly. Delete these now. There we go. So now pretty much the first thing that should happen is it should just run straight down to print. So it should just print ABC. It should just pop up a box that says ABC in front of me. There you go. And the bot stopped. See, it's got purchase rise directly under that, and it hasn't purchased anything. Now the second I click OK, the bot will continue and it will purchase. So there, see, it's done it again now. So it's stopped and the bot's not doing anything. So this is good if you want to be able to walk away from it, and when it hits take profit, boop, up comes a notification saying you've taken hit your profit or hit your limits. You hit OK and the bot will continue. Okay. And the last one in this lot that's interesting is the prompt for text. So say at the start of your bot, especially in the run once, you wanted to set your stake. Right, so what you do is you say set stake to prompt for text, how many stake? Question mark. Okay, now if I run that, it will pop up a question box, and I have to fill this out with a number or with whatever. I can fill it out with whatever, but I can set my stake. Say I want my first stake to be 10, hit OK. So if you want inputs from the user, how many runs do you want? How many? What do you want the stake to be? What do you want the minimum? What do you want the max to be? If there are variables that you want to be able to input or change all the time on every time you run the bot fresh, this is a great way to get that information out of the user. And that's a pretty good overview of the text. Next we're getting into advanced, and some of these tutorials might be a bit longer. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go through the entire thing or if I'm going to break all this down into a bunch of smaller tutorials. I guess you will find out when I make my next recording. I will see you guys in the next one.